friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have what I hypothesize to be my last trash talk of 2020. I have quite a few items that have been like staples for a while. I will go ahead, as I always do, and leave timestamps down below in the comments. And we'll go ahead and start with some makeup products that I am either decluttering or have used up. Okay, so I have 3 makeup products that are getting kicked out of here. 2 of them are blushes, which is kind of exciting because, as I've talked about, I feel like ad nauseum, I have really wanted to cut down my blush collection just like a wee bit here or there, but it's been really hard for me because I'm such a creature of habit. So I recently posted a swatch with me, which is like a new series I want to film with overhead style, and I started with my blushes. And it was so funny, one of you noted like I had a bunch of really muted blush shades that kind of all were given the same vibe, and then I had one like really ridiculously vibrant one, and that was this, the Benefit California. At the point of buying this, was still really into Benefit box blushes, and don't get me wrong, I still am, but I was more interested in the fact that like it was something new from the line, and it is in a mini size, and I was like at that point really swearing to only purchase mini size products, and I still feel that way. Like when it comes to any powder product, if I can get it as a mini, I don't care that it's not as good of a price point as buying it full size. I would prefer that, and I just really bought into the hype of this. But just like you guys noticed, this is freakishly vibrant. Like, it's not meant, I feel like, for my skin tone. I just sort of bought it because I was excited about it. It was a mini size, and it just never gets worn. It's hard for me to work with because it is so pigmented, and again, leads me to believe that it's just not made for my skin tone, which is fine. I'm on a spectrum of very, very pale, and so that's why most of my collection is very muted, because those types of pigmentation really pop on my skin tone, and this just doesn't work. So I'd rather just get rid of it now versus try to work with it again, because I just don't like it. Also saying goodbye to my NARS Orgasm blush. When I swatched this, I had a really hard time getting pigment off of it, and I don't rule a product out for that reason, because sometimes things swatch horribly but then perform really well when you take a brush to it. I'm not really sure why that happens, but whatevs. So I made it a point to try this out on my skin, and I just like wasn't getting anything. So I don't know if that's just this blush, if that's because my sample has been around for at least 3 years at this point. I don't really know, but either way, it doesn't excite me. I'm not into it, so I'm gonna go ahead and part with it. Final declutter item is leaving me, not me leaving it. I'm so sad. I went to pull out my Mica Beauty Cosmetics Eye Primer, and I think this has gone off on me. It has a really bad plastic Play-Doh smell. The texture is just not right, which is heartbreaking because this was one of my favorite eye primers. I, at this moment, don't have any eye bases now to work with. I'm thinking of being like a real classic girl and going with a MAC paint pot, but I don't know, or if I want to rebuy this. If I recall correctly, this stuff is like stupidly expensive. I've only acquired it through BoxyCharm, either purchasing it on BoxyCharm's website or getting it in a BoxyCharm, but I might entertain buying this again. I don't know. I feel like I'm somebody who needs an eye base on top of a primer just to really work with all of the things going on with my lids, but sadly this has gone off on me and now I don't have any bases. 3 makeup products that I have finished off, one of which is my e.l.f. Mix to Match Adjuster in white. This is something that I use pretty religiously because it is hard for me to find foundations that are light enough for me. Even CoverGirl recently, I feel like with their going cruelty-free, has changed some formulations, and now their lightest shade is still sort of erring on the dark side for me. It's not a huge deal because I can mix something like this in, and I go through these modes where I don't mind mixing and other times where I get annoyed and don't want to mix anymore. So I use this stuff all the time. I was recently on e.l.f.'s website to make a repurchase, but they were inconveniently sold out of this. That's my one qualm, is that it is not as accessible as I would like it to be. I feel like when I go onto the website, if it's in stock, I need to purchase a couple at a time because oftentimes it just is out of stock and it's hard for me to get a hold of. I never can find this in stores. I did purchase, in the meantime, one from LA Girl. I haven't used it yet. I don't know if it's gonna work as well. It's like 3 times the size of this because I do feel like when I am using this almost every single day, I can go through it pretty fast, but I've never really minded it because the price point isn't terrible. It just is challenging. So I feel like if you're somebody who needs to lighten, they also have a darkening shade if you need to do some kind of adjusting, e.l.f. can be good for it if you can get a hold of it. Two more makeup products, both of which are mascaras. The first is the Maybelline New York, the Falsies Lash Lift. This didn't really excite me. I just felt like it didn't do a whole lot for my lashes, and I kind of get that vibe with a lot of mascara wands that are shaped like this. I just don't feel like this shape is ideal for me. I didn't feel like the formula was all that great, so I just wasn't in love with this and I wouldn't repurchase it. Now, I do say like, oh, I didn't love the wand, but I will tell you that on the opposite end of the spectrum, I purchased this Erin Spaces Matcha Mascara, and it has a like hourglass wand, and I didn't think that I would like this, but the reality is the hourglass shape is not as stark, meaning that like it doesn't pop really high at the ends there and then leave like a big dent into the middle. It's a little bit more even, and the formulation of this, bomb. This is expensive. It's like $28, which is a lot. I mean, it's a clean formula from a small company, which it's nice to support, but it's pricey, so I wasn't planning on purchasing another one for a while, at least until I had wiped out my other mascaras, but I made a choice to purchase it when it came out in the brown color. So right around Black Friday, I chose to purchase one for myself and my sister in the brown shade because brown mascara can be hard to come by, and I just feel like this makes my lashes look like I have fake eyelashes on. Like, it's just so lovely. It did last a really long time. It's a very weighty packaged item. So if you're looking for that kind of mascara, I do think it's worth shelling out the box. It's just really hard for me to do that because you guys know I love a good deal, and I wouldn't say this is like a couponable good deal, which I tend to get my mascaras at that price point. Okay, let's talk about our biggest category, which is body products. So the first thing I have is Old Faithful. It is the Macadamia Natural Oil Deep Repair Mask. I have had this puppy for a very long time. I feel like this used to be the thing on YouTube when it came to hair masks. I definitely think that they have been bumped to the side ever since Briogeo made their like intentions known by collaborating with so many like beauty YouTubers, but I still had this for a while. It lasts a really long time. It's a very thick hair mask, and so even though I have really thick hair that's pretty coarse at the same time, it can take a lot of product. I didn't use a ton of this every single week, and I would just apply it from basically like here down to really help nourish my hair. I think that it's really made a difference. I'm not going to repurchase this because I have a bunch of deep conditioners from Fortune Cookie Soap that I have learned are meant to be hair masks, at least for my hair. When I try to use it as conditioner, it's just too heavy. So, but I will say that if you're somebody who is looking for a thicker type of like leave it in your hair, let it really get soaked up and then rinse it out type of hair mask, I still recommend this one. I don't think the Briogeo one, I've tried numbers of like samples and 100-point perks of that. I don't think it's as thick as this, and for my hair type, a thicker type of hair mask is what I prefer. I also have a conditioner. I finished off the L'Oreal Elvive or LV, whatever they say, Dream Length Super Detangler Conditioner. It's got fine castor oil plus vitamins, and it's for long damaged hair. So I went in to, I think it was a Walgreens or a CVS with a pretty hearty discount. I think I got this for like $2. I got two of them for $2 each, and I really, really wanted the clay, whatever the clay formulation is. They didn't have it on the shelves, so this was the next best thing. I think it's fine. I do have long hair. I wouldn't describe my hair as super tangly, but I will definitely tell you that I didn't feel compelled to spray oil in my hair after using this because I didn't feel like my hair needed it as I was combing it out with my wet brush. So it's good. I have another one. I'll use it, but I just don't feel like any of them except the clay one has had a really like significant noticeable difference on my hair. Continuing on with hair, I have two of these Garnier Fructis Sleek Shot Cuts Sleeking Time in Half. These things that you're supposed to mix in equal parts with shampoo, and it's supposed to help like cut down on the frizziness of your hair, which is something I have been struggling with really prominently this winter. I feel like these were decent, but it's annoying. It's annoying to have to like pump some of this into your hand plus some shampoo and mix it up and not get the shampoo anywhere and like get it in your hair. It's a lot of multi-steps, and I don't feel like it was amazing. Like I wasn't like, oh my God, what a night and day difference this stuff was. I mean, I only got to use it twice, so perhaps if I'd had a whole bottle of this, but I just don't feel compelled to want to adopt like an even more complicated shower routine. So I'm not into it, but I'm happy that I finally use these because I've had these in my shower for like a dumb amount of time. Ooh, another hair item. It is this Way Detox Shampoo for all hair types. It was nice, it smelled amazing, but I am not going to purchase a super high-end detoxifying shampoo. I'm determined to find one at the drugstore level. Another Way sample, I have the Way Scalp and Body Scrub. Didn't use it for my scalp, used it for my body, and I gotta tell you, oh my God, it smelled so good. But that's the only thing that made it noteworthy. I wouldn't shell out the bucks for this because of its scent. I mean, I'm a fiend with body scrubs. I didn't even get a full body's use out of this, and this has 1 ounce. Like, I am such a person who is so into the sensory experience that I use tons of scrub at one time on my body, and I just can't justify the high price tag of this despite how good it smells. I have a bunch of perfume oils from Fortune Cookie Soap. As a reminder, I am mixing these with lotion to make my just regular body lotions from Bath & Body Works more moisturizing. This time of year, if I don't mix the body lotion with oil, it doesn't keep me moisturized long enough. So I'm just gonna tell you the ones I've used. I used 2 of I'm Bad and That's Good. I have We're All Mad here. Next up is the Dreamer Shimmer. And then this like unicorn confetti cake one. Again, I don't like perfume oils as perfumes because I don't like the texture on my skin. I just feel like it doesn't get absorbed quickly enough. And you guys know I don't love oily experiences, but mixing it with lotion is fine. I have my Old Faithful deodorant, the Secret Clinical Strength Clear Gel Completely Clean. I always have to come back to this stuff. No matter what natural deodorant I am trying, inevitably my body adapts to it and it stops working. And I come back to this. So now that I finished this off, I'm gonna try to go back to another natural deodorant and see if my body was still too adapted to it. And if it is, I'll keep going with this. This tends to be the only true like deodorizer that my body can handle. I have 2 cleaning products. I have my good old faithful Summer's Eve Tahitian Sunset Freshening Spray. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had one of these used up. And then I've also used up the CVS Health Cleansing Cloths Coconut and Jasmine Scent. Both of these are fabulous. I've also got this from Fortune Cookie Soap. It's Violet Valley Twinkle Tonic Exfoliating Toner. I do not use any of their face products on my face with the exception of face masks because I've had too many bad experiences with them on my face. I think it's because they're too heavily scented. And so I used this as a room spray. It was fine. It just smelled like lilacs, which was decent, but nothing I'd want to purchase. Ooh, let's talk skincare. So I used up my final number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Day Cream with SPF 15. We come to the end of an era, my friends. I'd say the latter half of my 20s, swore by their day and night cream from this line. But as I've learned more about ingredients, I don't like that this has denatured alcohol really high up on the ingredients list along with fragrance. So I've been trying to find something a little bit better quality for my skin, but isn't too much more expensive than this. It's a journey and I'm on that journey together with you, and so we'll see what I come up with in the next few months because I have a bunch of stuff that I've acquired that I'm now trying to work through and see if any of them are like worthy of becoming the new go-to. I've also finished off from that same line the Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Eye Cream. No. This is not the thing for my eyes. You guys know I have super dry, Sahara Desert under eyes. I need a very thick under eye cream to help combat the dryness. It's just my under eyes that are super dry. And this isn't it. I was using it in the summer and like in most of the fall, trying desperately to finish it off. It was fine for those warmer, like muggier types of climate that I find myself in those times of year, but no longer would this work for me and I wouldn't want to buy it. Like I still feel like my eyes were erring a little bit on the dry side. This is just not the night cream for me. I also used up this Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50. So this is a sample that I had that I used after I finished off the number 7, and this was really interesting. It has like a pretty intense like medicinal scent to it. Like it smells almost like Vicks Vapor Rub, which I wasn't expecting, and it's thick. Which at first I was like, is this a night cream? But it has SPF and I wouldn't need SPF in a night cream, so I'm pretty sure I used it correctly. It just is a little bit too thick for my preferences. I prefer a thicker cream only at night, not really in the morning, so I wouldn't buy this. Then I have the Moisture Boost Gel to Water Morning Cleanser from Totally Moly. This does not lie. It 100% feels like I'm washing my face with water. And because of that, I don't feel like it was doing a whole lot for my face. I feel like my skin is a tough cookie and it needs something that has some kind of substance to it to really feel like I'm getting a cleaned face and to see true cleaning properties take effect on my skin. And this just didn't do it for me, but it was fun texturally to try out. I have a hand cream. This is the e.l.f. Say Bye to Dry hand cream. This came as like a free add-on with a hand sanitizer in an e.l.f. order that I placed, I think like in August maybe, or late summer. Appreciated the freebies. This was a nice hand cream. I thought it was the perfect size to have at my desk. It really was nice where I could, put it on and feel like I could still live my life. I have really been experiencing, much earlier than any other year, very dry hands. I know it has a lot to do with hand washing and hand sanitizing 24/7, so I'm trying really hard every time I do one of those two things to follow up with some type of hand cream. Otherwise, my hands will not make it through the rest of this winter. So this was nice. I don't think I would go out of my way to buy it, but I feel like if I was on e.l.f.'s website, I would add it to my cart. So, we'll see if I place any more e.l.f. orders. I'm pretty set with hand cream for a while until I wipe that out. I won't be on the hunt, but if you are on e.l.f.'s website, I would definitely recommend snagging one. Final item that I have for skincare is the Drunk Elephant Lead Your Skin to Water F-Bomb Electrolyte Water Facial Mask. This was just basically a moisturizing mask. I'm trying to get back into my strong masking regime, especially because I'm so close to being done with all of the sheet masks in my collection. So that would be a nice treat. It really was a nice, thin but moisturizing mask on my face. I ended up not washing it off and just letting it be my moisturizer for the night, and it was pleasant, but I don't feel compelled to buy most of Drunk Elephant's products. I don't think that they're so exceptionally amazing. And this is true of that. It was pleasant, but not worth the big bucks. Final two items I have are nail items. The first are some of my limited edition winter nails from Impress. These are in Left in the Dust, which doesn't really make much sense because they are these black and gold Christmas tree nails. I basically decided to wear these twice through to get rid of the box. I like them. I think that they are a classy, subtle Christmas, which sometimes I'm in the mood for that. So I'm happy to have worn these out. I will say that I'm sort of feeling a little bit overwhelmed by how many Impress nails I have at the moment. So I wanted to work on one box completely. I might utilize that strategy again the next time I pick my Christmas nails to wipe out another box, because I don't want to necessarily carry over Christmas nails, that many Christmas nails I should say, into next Christmas, but we'll see. If you see these in the store, definitely recommend them if they're your style, because they've held up really well. And then I have a nail glue, my favorite nail glue. It's the Kiss Brush On Nail Glue. As a reminder, I use nail glue alongside the adhesive. I feel like that's what makes my nails the most durable. I'm very hard on my nails. I pick them, I talk with my hands, I'm just very hard on my nails. So I feel like that combo, the adhesive plus the nail glue, is perfect for helping them last 10 to 12 days at a time. So very pleased with this, and we'll keep repurchasing it. All right, guys, that is it for me and this round of trash, what I believe to be the final round of trash for this year. I so appreciate you tuning in for all of these videos throughout the year, and I look forward to having more trash talks in the year of 2021. Have a great day.